Yeah, let's get into it. So I saw the articles you sent me. We got the first one pulled up there with Iraq reclaiming 17,000 looted artifacts. So think about how fucked up that is. We go into your country, we destroy your economy, we topple your government, and we steal all your culture. 17,000 artifacts. How crazy is that?
It's pretty insane because my first thought is after 9/11 in 2003, whenever our military invaded Iraq, for the longest time I heard that we looted their stuff from the Iraqi Natural History Museum, but I looked up an article and I found that I think we allowed looters to loot it.
Yeah, it wasn't looted by us.
But we allowed it. What happened inside the Iraq Museum when thousands of valuable antiquities were stolen in the immediate aftermath of the 2003 U.S. invasion has been revealed in a new book. I didn't really go into this article much, but it is there. There is a story on us and looting the Iraqi Natural Museum. And here they are, again, in this story we're covering, getting some of their stuff back. So whatever it is about that museum and getting looted and their artifacts in Mesopotamia is kind of a big deal.
Well, think about that. That's our human, like, race history that can tell us a lot about
everything.
Yeah, about everything. And to just let it get looted to make a buck. Because I'm sure that there was some money that greased palms along the way there. And it all ended up on the black market getting sold for millions of dollars. Yeah. Like, the people are so fucking greedy to just throw away our history like that.
Or having certain artifacts be confiscated and kept from people because it reveals things. But listen to this, dude. All this. So the book reveals about this stuff, that at least 13,864 objects were stolen, making it the biggest museum theft in history. Now, we're talking about 2003 after 9/11, not the Iraq reclaimed 17,000 stuff. We'll get back to that.
Yeah.
The book reveals an estimated of 500,000 objects in the museum, and thieves having run the place for 36 hours. The wonder is the loss was not far closer to the original inaccurate reports of 170,000 items. The efforts of Iraq, U.S., Italian officials, police, and customs worldwide have led to the recovery of 5,400 items. There's a sacred number, 5,400. That's the number of degrees in a pentagon, nearly 700 from inside the U.S. and Britain. All this, as well as the remarkable tale reclaiming of the fabulous... All this, as well as the remarkable tale of the reclaiming of the fabulous treasure of Nimrod, as told in Thieves of Baghdad, available in the U.S. and written by Matthew Bogdanos. As a real-life Indiana Jones is how they explain it. It was here, 2003, April 18th, in Basra. He heard the Iraq Museum had been plundered. Requested permission to investigate, put a team together, hurried to Baghdad, arrived at the museum compound on April 20th. Not a pretty sight. It had been used as a fighting position. Iraq army uniforms were scattered all around, as were expended RPGs. In a courtyard smoldered the remains of hundreds of Ba'ath party cards and files. And above the center door to the main building was a large handwritten sign, "Death to all Americans and Zionist pigs." So this article will be in the notes underneath the description and stuff. But that's a real thing. The looting of the museum right after 9/11, and I believe our troops are what allowed the thieves to take over for 36 hours. So back to Iraq reclaiming 17,000 looted artifacts. The institution that held about 12,000 of the items was the Museum of the Bible, a 4-year-old Washington museum founded and funded by the Christian evangelical family that owns Hobby Lobby craft store chain.
That's so crazy to me.
Yeah, the addition of artifacts from ancient Mesopotamia was intended to provide context for Old Testament events. So 12,000 of the 17,000 were held by Hobby Lobby. And later in this article, it says that Hobby Lobby, when it got shipped to them, it was labeled under ceramic tiles. And that clicked for me why Hobby Lobby would be part of this. Because in my mind, there is a larger conspiracy to get these artifacts and keep the truth from getting out, as well as people selling it. But that's how you launder ancient artifacts, is through an arts and crafts store. As crazy as it sounds, because you can you can't write it down under tires and rims.
In addition to the 17,321 items that were recovered, further 17 were handed back from countries including Japan, the Netherlands, and Italy. The best of known artifacts, the Gilgamesh Dream Tablet, will be repatriated in the next month after legal procedures are finalized. Containing part of the ancient poem Epic of Gilgamesh, the 3,500-year-old cuneiform tablet is approximately 6 inches by 5 inches, and it was believed to have entered the U.S. via an antiques dealer who purchased it in 2003 and imported it to the country without declaring the contents as required. The item was then sold on several times before being acquired for over $1.6 million by American retailer Hobby Lobby at a 2014 auction. It was later seized from Washington, D.C.'s Museum of the Bible, whose chairman also serves as the president of the craft chain store.
Wow.
Crazy. So they bought that tablet back in 2014. And that's one of the items that's going to be handed back to Iraq later on.
Yeah, what does it say right here? 4 years ago, the U.S. Department of Justice fined Hobby Lobby $3 million for failing to exercise due diligence in its acquisition of more than 5,000 artifacts. Some of those were among what was returned last week. So they've been in political struggle over this, and we just haven't heard about it.
Wow.
Which is wild. So check this out. Many of the returned clay tablets and seals are from Irisagrig, a lost ancient city. Let me find the part in here. I try to keep it lined up with the article, but it's hard.
It's all good.
Here it is. Many of the returned clay tablets and seals are from Irisagrig, a lost ancient city. The city's existence became known only when tablets mentioning it were seized at the Jordan border in 2003, while thousands more surfaced in international antiquities market.
Whoa.
Yeah, so I think this is the click through to that. Hobby Lobby's illegal antiquities shed light on a lost, looted ancient city in Iraq. Archaeologist Eckert Fram didn't have much time to determine where the 4,000-year-old clay tablets had come from. They gave him just 2.5 days in a dimly lit New York warehouse to pore over the cuneiform inscriptions etched in the fragile ancient pieces and report back. They were not in great shape. They had infestations of salt in them, so it's not that I could say I'd been able to read everything. My main goal was to provide a general assessment from when and where did these tablets actually originate. You could argue that this is a lost city because this place has never been properly excavated. You don't even know where it is. But looters know. The roughly 250 tablets from examined in 2016 were among 5,500 objects, including ancient cylinder seals and clay seal impressions known as bouye, smuggled into the U.S. starting in 2010. Shipped from the United Arab Emirates and Israel without declaring their true Iraqi origin. Some of them are marked ceramic tiles or clay. Yeah. So
and then Hobby Lobby bought a bunch of clay tiles for $1.6 million. The Epic of Gilgamesh was part of that purchase.
Bro, that's insane. So there's another little click through here. And it is a victory and a global effort by countries to press Western institutions to return culturally vital artifacts, like the push to repatriate the famed Benin bronzes to Nigeria, which I believe is this.
I didn't have the same click-throughs because the New York Times wanted to put a paywall up for me.
It doesn't do that for me on desktop.
Oh, it was on my tablet.
When British soldiers stole the treasured works in 1897, it left a gaping hole in an ancient culture with a few set to return to Nigeria. So apparently that's that statue that Yeah.
It's like why do these corporations want to purchase these artifacts, right? Why would they want to hold on to them other than to suppress either that culture or
yeah, I mean,
hide things about our past?
I feel like it's a government arm.
Right, that's what I mean.
Like, it's just the government using Hobby Lobby when they need to get what they want.
Or who even fucking shops at Hobby Lobby?
Me, dude, I was there yesterday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I should stop talking shit. I was like, how do they have the money for all this? No one even shops there. It's definitely a CIA front.
So check this out. Because most of the objects bought for the museum were not studied. They were not studied. They remain a mystery. The sole artifact that it has kept from the collection, a cuneiform inscribed brick from a temple in Nebuchadnezzar's period, has a clear provenance. The museum says that the export papers from the family that donated it show that it was legally taken from Iraq to the United States in the 1920s. So that's pretty fucking cool right here. The clay brick that bears an inscription celebrating the construction of a new palace for Nebuchadnezzar and his family in Babylon. It is written in Babylonian dialect of Akkadian and cuneiform script. Akkadian, bro. Acadia Parish. What's the connection? This brick, along with numerous similarly inscribed copies, would have been used to construct the walls of the new palace. So Nebuchadnezzar created in 580 BC in Iraq. Pretty crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so this article also mentioned among these relics, I don't know where it was, I should have taken a note on that a piece of the Epic of Gilgamesh was recovered.
That's what I was talking about with that purchase from Hobby Lobby, 2014.
Do you still have... Oh, here it is. Hobby Lobby's batch of repatriated objects does not include what had been the best known of its holdings from Mesopotamia, a clay tablet fragment roughly 3,500 years old, inscribed with a fragment of the Gilgamesh epic, an ancient saga with similarities to stories of the Great Flood and the Garden of Eden that predates the Old Testament by many centuries. Wow.
And Hobby Lobby is like, nope, you're not gonna... we're Christian. We can't have that story getting out there, proving that these stories were way older than the Bible.
Oh, bro. Yeah, Christian company. Hey, bro, that's good. That's good shit right there. Wow. Maybe so, man. Maybe they're run by the Vatican, by Rome, by the Pope.
They're a Christian company, though. That's why they have that museum. That's why the president of Hobby Lobby is also part of the Museum of the Bible.
Yeah, like he gets, like the Pope gives orders and he's like, tell Hobby Lobby, Michaels, and Joanne Fabrics to get everything they fucking can because people are finding out the Bible is not a science book. That's how that would work. It's not hard. If you're the Pope and you run shit, it's not hard to devise that plan. It's hard for us as regular people to imagine devising that plan because the resources and connections required. But like if you're just the Pope and you just do like that, or some world leader, it's not hard. This isn't rocket science.
Yeah, why would they want it? What other reason other than wanting to suppress that would Hobby Lobby want to purchase the Epic of Gilgamesh?
They could sell it to looters for shit tons of money.
Like, it's not like they're holding on to it for reverence, right? Or they're even are they displaying it in the Museum of the Bible currently?
Yeah, it said it went into the fucking Museum of the Bible in 2019, but it's not being studied. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't study it. So that's one way to do it. It's like, well, they're not hiding it. They put it in a museum. It's like, study it and tell us what it says. Teach us about the Epic of Gilgamesh. Let's get to educate. Don't just put up some obscure piece of clay tab and be like, it's here. We're not hiding nothing. Like, you hide it in plain sight. What's a dude going to do? Go there 18 hours a day and study it? The guards are going to kick him out. They're going to find out. You can't. You just hide it in plain sight. No one will ever know what the fuck it is anyway.
So they did put it up in their museum?
Yeah, if I could find that paragraph again.
I'm just trying to understand why Hobby Lobby is purchasing these artifacts.
Yeah, I don't think that's part of this article. We can just conspiracize, but why the fuck would they? Do you know? Why would they ship it from Iraq under ceramic tiles. You know, it's just a lot of conspiracy. This is conspiracy. You know what I mean? Like, this is conspiracy.
For sure.
For sure. I couldn't find that spot. I'm still scrolling.
It's all good.
Here it is. The Justice Department, which describes it as stolen Iraqi property, seized the tablet in 2019. It is the only Hobby Lobby artifact among those being returned to Iraq to have been exhibited in the Museum of the Bible. So they just put that little one. Hey, look, guys. Look what we found. Like, oh, okay, cool. Thanks, Hobby Lobby.
Well, at least they weren't hiding it, right? At least it was being... but I wonder how they described it in the museum. That's interesting.